Hey y'all, today on the channel we're going to be making an easy, creamy chicken and rice in our slow cooker with special guest, Aunt Lou. So stick around because we're going to make your life a little easier in the kitchen.
All while having a whole lot of fun.
Hi and welcome back to another edition of Cooking Chris's Dishes with the good old boy and Aunt Lou. And today, Aunt Lou is going to be teaching me how to make a creamy chicken and rice dish using our slow cooker. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this dish, Aunt Lou?
Well, this is so easy that we can even teach Mikey here how to make it. It is one of our most popular recipes on the site. However, it is also one that people seem to struggle with. So after a while, we went back in after seeing quite a few people struggle with it, and we redid the recipe so that it would be even easier and just set people up for success a little bit more than the old recipe. And it's just a comfort food, traditional chicken and rice. There's not a lot of flair to it, but it has just a yummy comfort food. Grandma's kitchen kind of comes to mind. Actually, Mamaw James's, Michael's Mamaw, her kitchen comes to mind because that is the first place that I had chicken and rice.
Well, tell me about this dish. What is it that people kind of get hung up with it, in case somebody hasn't seen that recipe?
The rice.
Ooh, the rice. Why? What does it
do? Rice is a very fickle thing whenever it comes to a slow cooker. It can be gummy, it can be crunchy, it can be gummy and crunchy in the same crock pot if your crock pot doesn't cook even. And so it just makes it a little bit hard. You have to watch it. This is not a set it and forget it recipe. And I know that a lot of people love the set it and forget it's, but this is one that honestly, one time when I made it, I wasn't feeling good. So I was laying in bed watching one of my favorite TV shows. And so every time the episode would end on Netflix, then I go stir it and I go hop back in bed and watch another episode.
Makes for a great timer while binge watching.
Exactly. And so,
Why don't you tell us what goes in this dish?
Okay. We have 2 to 3 3 to 4, chicken breasts cut up into bite-sized pieces, not pizzas. And then we have 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. Now, Chris got cream of chicken with herbs just because she likes to mess with me, and it's not what I was expecting. But I'm not eating it, they are, so it's all good.
We'll let you know if it turns out bad. I'm pretty sure it'll be all right.
Now we have, I better hold these away from my face before I start crying. We have, it's supposed to be a half a cup of chopped onions, but Mikey got a little chop happy, and so I think there's a little bit more.
I like onions, about 3/4 cup there.
And then a cup of chicken broth, a cup of rice. Now, what is it? You guys, it's long grain rice, but you guys usually buy the
basmati, I think it is.
Basmati, and I've had it with that before, and that works really, really well.
There's a question I can see already from people. Can you use the minute rice? No.
Why not? Because that's a surefire way to get a nasty gummy mess, because it's made to cook quickly, and in order for your chicken to cook, you need this to cook over 4 to 6 hours, and so the long grain rice will hold up to that cooking time better.
I got you. All right, well, what do you say we put this thing in
and don't forget salt and pepper.
Pot. Salt and pepper to taste, just for your preference, or?
Don't taste it with the raw chicken.
That would be a bad idea.
Just a little cooking tip from
I'm just telling you right now, if you do that, you'll make lots of friends at a hospital. All right, so chicken in a bowl.
I generally put the rice in last so that I can make sure it gets all mixed in and doesn't get stuck down on the bottom.
All right, well, we'll put the chicken in there. And then you say there's no particular order to this?
Nah, just dump it in. Just
right,
rice
just
last.
Rice last. Well, I'll do the broth next. There's the broth over the chicken. And the onion over the broth and the chicken.
Sorry, Aki.
And then 2 cans of the cream of chicken with herbs because, you know, the boss wanted herbs. We've been having a lot of fun today with Aunt Lou being up. We've been, well, harassing Chris quite a bit.
It's fun to gang up on her.
It's kind of fun.
But it's also really fun when Chris and I gang up on Mikey, too.
Yeah, I don't think that's as much fun. I'm getting my thing stuck here. Toss that in that trash can, please. And the other can of chicken, cream of chicken soup with herbs.
So as you can see, once your ingredients are prepped, like chopping your onion up and your chicken, this really just takes a couple of minutes to throw together. Yeah, it's super, super simple.
Just tossing it in a bowl. These are my favorite kind of recipes too, where you just toss it in, mix it up, and go. And then rice last. Should I stir that up first before I put the rice in, or?
You can if you want to. You don't have to. Don't forget your salt and pepper too.
And I can tell right now, I'll need to be careful with this, or else I'm going to get it all over me. We'll do the salt. There's a lot of salt. I like it salty. I like it. That's because of the extra onion I put in.
You gotta balance it out.
I love pepper. Good enough.
Make me sneeze.
And then.
And you will need a pretty big bowl for this, because you've got a lot of ingredients.
And you definitely, with this raw chicken, you don't want to be sloshing it around, so make sure you got a decent sized bowl for this.
Just make sure everything kind of gets mixed in together and coated real well.
Okay.
Now, after you pour this in, you will want to come back about every hour and just give it a good stir, like top to bottom, side, front to back. I mean, just mix everything up. So, and that will help also if you have a slow cooker that doesn't cook evenly, because that's one thing with a rice dish. If you just set it and forget it, and you have a slow cooker that has a hot spot, or one side cooks better or hotter than the other, then you're gonna have crunchy on one side, mushy on the other, and it's just awful. But if you give it a good stir, then it evens it out.
Evens it out. Just right in the bowl, right?
No, on your head.
You know, one day I might do that. I follow directions. You would. So Chris and I have been married for almost 19 years, and we've been, you know, together for almost 21, about 20 and a half years now, which means I've known you for about 20 and a half years. And one thing that I always tell people is, a lot of people gripe and complain about their in-laws. I can't.
Because he got me as a sister-in-law.
I mean, she's as close as I could come to a complaint. But no, that's one thing that we can say, is that we absolutely love our family. We love each other. We like to pick on each other a lot, but that just means we're pretty much just brother and sister. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Now put a lid on it and set it for...
Well, on this particular... Oh, you got to plug it in.
Well, that's part of it. If you don't plug it in, it doesn't work right.
Excuse me. On this particular one, you have to... This is the multi-quart, which I absolutely love. The multi-quart by Hamilton Beach. You can put an affiliate link down below. Because you can set this for 2, 4, or 6 quarts. And we're going to set it on the 6 quart. And we're going to set it on low. And then we are going to set it for 4 hours. And the other thing I do want to say is, when you get down to that last hour or so, watch it really, really closely, because I was into the I thought it had about an hour left the first time I made it with this new recipe, and I happened to walk by it with about a half hour left, so a half hour sooner than I thought it was going to be done, and it was perfect. And I'm 99% sure if I would have left it for that extra half hour that I thought it needed, it would have went. And so.
Well, I'm going to wash my hands because I did all the manual labor here.
Oh, everybody, let's have a pity party for Mikey. Although I'm loving that I got to tell him what to do.
Imagine 2 of them in this house telling me what to do. Not just my wife, but my wife and her sister.
It's awesome.
So by the way, are we going to eat any of this, or are we just going to stand around for the next 6.5 hours? Oh, well, would you look at that. Aunt Lou just happened to have some prepared. So let me...
I made some last night and brought it up. Now, one thing I do want to tell you is that this is a creamier dish. So you're not going to have the light, fluffy rice like if you just had rice and you put it in the dish and mixed it Oops. I just slung some over off camera. Oopsie.
Don't worry. The dog will clean that up later.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
And so it's a traditional chicken and rice. And but do not reheat it in your crock pot because that cooks the rice and makes it mushy and yucky. Like, you don't want that. But this has a nice texture to it while just heating it up in the microwave. So what do you think, Mikey?
Well, the one thing about chicken breast is when you cook chicken breast, a lot of times it can be dry. Even if you cook it in liquid, sometimes it can taste dry. This does not. That creaminess of the soup, and when the broth kind of soaks into it, the breast is tender.
Yo, very tender.
And then when you put a cream of mushroom or a cream of chicken soup along with chicken, it intensifies that flavor. And the rice is good.
Yep.
You know, like you said, it's velvety, but
That's
not
a
like.
good word for it.
Well, it's comforting. You know, it's not the rice is definitely not chewy. It's not crunchy at all, but it's not mush either. It's creamy.
Hence the name.
I think that's a perfectly good title for this recipe. But no, super good recipe, super simple to make.
And so if you're going to be around on a weekday or even on a weekend and just to where you can come over and give it a good stir every hour, then this is perfect. And the cook time is 4 to 6 hours, and I know that's a big jump, but the first time I made this in Sir Hamilton, and my favorite slow cooker, and his was actually done in probably about 3.5 to 4 hours, and then I made it in, I call mine like this, Corky. I made it in my Corky, and
keep going.
And it took probably closer to 5.5 hours. So it depends on your slow cooker on how fast it's going to be done. So
Everyone's different. We always say on this channel, get to know your slow cooker.
Yeah, and actually this was a good learning recipe for me with my Corky because I didn't realize that he cooked that much cooler than Sir Hamilton. And yes, I like to name my crock pots.
And yes, I just ate your lunch.
Dude. You just took food out of my daughter and my son's mouths.
I made some more.
Oh, okay. I'll take yours, though.
We want to thank y'all for watching another edition of Cooking Chris's Dishes. Down below, little red box says subscribe. Please click it. Please click it. Become a member of the Crock Posse. Also, give us a like on this video. Give us comments down below. Let us know, is this something you would like to try? What other recipes would you like to try? Do you want to see Aunt Lou come back? I think they're going to say yeah.
I hope so.
Everybody loves Aunt Lou. But we love you all.
Even Mikey, he's told me today.
Well, you made me lunch. I can't be mad at you for that. That and I also stole hers.
Yeah.
We thank you guys for watching, because if y'all keep watching, we'll keep cooking, and all will be well. See you later.
Bye. Are you going to whine and cry, or are we going to film?
Oh my God, there's 2 of you. You look so little.
That's so teeny.
We're up a stand, the lollipop gill, the lollipop gill, the lollipop gill.
Hi. Stop trying to touch me!
Stay on your side.
Filing an ethics complaint.
Give me my food.
How did I miss? Ah! I gotta go to work in this outfit, Sarah!
Oh my goodness, you're flinging stuff everywhere.
Hey! Aww. Wait, you cleaned that up. Oh, wait. No!